Question was, I understood your evidence to be that you were at the meeting with Swissport in February.
Yes.
In order to offer guidance on BEE matters. Is that correct?
Support.
Support.
On BEE matters.
Thank you. Now, clause 8.2, the one I was about to get to, is the clause that requires Swissport to buy the SART GPUs, the one that you do have a recollection of.
Yes.
It reads, the handling company, that's Swissport, agrees to purchase and or arrange purchase of all recently acquired surplus SART GPUs at current book value, fair market value, or other such valuation as mutually agreed. Do you remember that?
Let me read it.
That's the clause that was referred to at the SART
Handling
board
companies
meeting.
agreed to purchase and arrange purchase of all recently acquired. Basically, this would be the implementation, which basically does not have anything to do with the board.
But this is the very clause that was dealt with at the SART board meeting when you discussed the sale of the GPUs to Swissport. So how could you not know about this agreement if this is the clause that required Swissport to buy the GPUs?
Chair, I do not know the agreement. However, if you show me the board resolution, then I will know the board resolution. I am not part of the agreement. I am part of the board resolution.
Let's go to the board resolution.
Okay. All right.
Page 132.43. It's a few pages back. 132.43.
132.43.
Yes, Chair. And let me read it into the record because it is of some importance to Ms. Kwinana. This is the SAA Board of Directors written resolution, number 2016/B05. Request for SAA Board to approve the terms and conditions of the Swissport SA contract and note the contract duration period effective from 1 April 2016 until 31 March 2021 for ground handling services and cargo services to be rendered at South Africa, at Johannesburg, Cape Town, Durban, Port Elizabeth, and East London. And then the document records the board by round robin 2016/B05 as of 14 March 2016 resolved to, number 1, approve the contract to be entered into with Swissport South Africa for the duration of 5 years, commencing on 1 April 2016 to 31 March 2021, covering ramp handling, PAUs, wheelchairs, GPUs, and airside crew transport to be rendered at Johannesburg, Cape Town, Durban, Port Elizabeth, and East London with the following conditions. A, Swissport South Africa to acquire all GPU equipment that has been purchased by SART. And B, Swissport South Africa to enter into a contract with a BEE company that has representation of black women, youth, military veterans, and disabled persons, from which Swissport will purchase all their equipment required for the SAA contract. 2, note the feedback of the negotiations and approve execution of the contract with Swissport South Africa. So, Ms. Kwinana, you did approve the contract, correct?
This is the approval of the terms and conditions. And note the contract duration. That's basically what we approved here.
Yes, but until this moment, you have no knowledge of this contract, correct?
Maybe I would say, to me, that is not a contract, because the contract was entered into in 2012.
No, the contract was entered into in March of 2016, and as a board member, you were required to approve its terms and conditions. How could you approve its terms and conditions if you had no knowledge of the contract?
That's what I'm saying. I had the knowledge of the contract that was entered into in 2012.
Right,
No,
so you approved?
Ms. Kwinana, you know that Ms. Hoffman is not talking about the 2012 contract. She has told you that quite a few times. We're talking about the contract of March 2016. This resolution is about that.
This resolution, Chair, maybe it's because I'm not a lawyer. this resolution, basically, for me, it is noting the contract duration and approving the terms and conditions.
Yes, now, did you not
So-
approve
so-
the contract, the terms and conditions of the contract then?
Yes, we approved
You
the
did
terms and
approve.
conditions.
So how could you approve a contract that you did not know? Because you have said you don't know that contract. I've just stopped you from going back to the 2012 contract now to remind you that Ms. Hofmeyr is talking about the March 2016 contract. Now, she has shown you a resolution. You agree that you approved. So how could you have approved a contract without knowing it?
Considering that it is stated like this, Chair, if you say, then I approved here, that is fine. Let us continue, Chair.
No, but the question remains, how could you have approved a contract you did not know?
Chair, I didn't think that this is a contract. I thought we were approving only the terms and conditions, not the whole contract. The whole contract would have the whole lot of
Ms.
things,
Kwinana.
including the price and everything.
Ms. Kwinana.
And then the terms of conditions.
Ms.
would be-
Kwinana,
Chair.
you are a chartered accountant. You are a chartered accountant. You have said you approved this contract. Initially, you said you didn't know about this contract. You are shown a resolution. You accept that you approved the contract. Now, what are you saying?
I'm
You say
saying,
you
Chair.
don't know the contract. You know
I'm
the terms and
saying-
conditions.
I'm saying, Chair, my knowledge of the contract.
Sorry.
I'm saying, Chair, my knowledge of the contract. When Ms. Hofmeyr is saying, I am approving the contract will start from page 1 up to the last page. However, the terms and conditions would be part of the contract, not the whole contract. And therefore, Chair,
Precisely because the terms and conditions of a contract are part of the contract. It is precisely because of that you should know the contract if you say you approve the terms and conditions. What is perplexing is that you say you don't know the contract, but
No,
you know the terms.
no, Chair. I'm saying my understanding is that, as I was saying, the terms and conditions would be included as part of a bigger document. That's what I understand.
Yes.
That's number one. Number two, these terms and conditions of this contract, my understanding was that they were the terms and conditions of the contract that was entered many years ago. So now, when you are saying, therefore, the contract was entered into in March 2016, that means, therefore, here you are saying we were approving the terms and conditions of the contract that was entered into in March 2016. But now my question would be, why would we approve only the terms and conditions instead of approving the whole contract?
I mean, Ms. Kwinana, you can't know the terms and conditions of a contract without knowing the contract.
Of course,
Because
sir.
the terms and conditions are the contract. A contract has got terms and conditions. And if you know the terms and conditions, you know the contract. Isn't it?
Chair, I think we should continue.
Ms. Kwinana, do you accept what I'm saying, that a contract consists of terms and conditions? And if you
other
know the terms and
information.
conditions, it means you know the contract. Do you accept that?
And other information, Chair.
Sorry?
And other information.
Yes, but we're not talking
only
about
the
other
terms.
information. We're talking about the terms and conditions. I'm not talking about what's the address of the parties or the addresses of the parties to the contract. We're talking about the terms and conditions. Do you accept that if you know the terms and conditions, you therefore know the contract?
Yes, Chair.